Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, and today we are talking about, is Rust going to come for the next generation consoles? We're currently in the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One series right now, or the current generation, but will we have Rust for the next gen that is just around the corner? Now, I should say, as of recording this, this is all the current information that we do have. Now, it's going to do a couple things here. Like, we're going to answer the question, or at least I think I've found some compelling evidence to say that there's evidence to point towards there is development towards the next generation consoles and why it's going to be good. But I think in digging through the commit list and all the other pieces of information we might even have some extra clues as to maybe when this beta is going to come out. Now, again, I recorded this ahead of time, so as of recording this, we do not know the official date of the console beta for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox for Rust yet. Now, I'm still sticking to what we've been saying, that it's got to be soon, based off of the commit list and things we've seen from Gary and movement between Face Punch Studios and also Double 11. So keep that in mind. Because I know there'll be some trolls in the thing. They're like, "Step one, complain about it," up in the comments. But I mean, I guess leave what you're gonna leave and just keep going. But this is for the people that are really interested in this coming out for full release, and also for the people like all of us waiting for this beta. I like my hands are all like sweaty. I want this thing so bad. Okay. So let's see, how are we gonna get this all shuffled through here? Let's take a look at. Okay, so we get this question quite a bit on the live stream, so this is one of the reasons why we're making this. And also, we dig through, I dig through the commit list multiple times a day, and I found some pretty compelling evidence to say that, okay, maybe we can kind of shift or speculate as to what this answer might be. And I'm going to say yes. We will be able to play this on the next-gen consoles. I think there'll be two different kinds. I think there'll be the one out of the box that just gets souped up, whether you're playing on the PS5 or the Series X, and I think there will be an optimized version that comes out later. And why I think, okay, let me walk through this. I know this is a little jumbled. Okay, so currently these intertwine. So the beta and the full release are intertwined. They're very much related to each other. And this idea that the next gens are coming out and the possibility of support for the next gen is also kind of giving us more pieces of the puzzle. So bear with me. So this is the closed beta, only available to developers. And oh yeah, I do have another video out there called beta release date windows, or like a range. And again, as of recording that, I think it's a pretty good range as it stands now, based off the information from those studios, where I think potentially this beta could happen. I'll go ahead and link that now in the upper right hand corner. Just please note that those are based off of the information we found, and it is speculation because we have had no official word as of yet. But I'm telling you, it's still very much on for current generation consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox, so do not worry. And these branches are specifically for us, like this one here, and this branch is our open beta. So keep your eye on that. Things are happening. It's still good. I know we haven't heard anything, but just hang in there, like I know it hurts. Believe me, I know it hurts. We've been waiting forever. Okay, we've gotten some. All right, let's see. All right, so so this is in two different. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully, I'm kind of all over the place, but I get so excited talking about this, so bear with me, dude. Okay, there would be two different types of compatibility for this. There would be out of the box, it can just play it, and then there's the souped up optimized version, which I did say. Now, I think if you go over to the roadmap, I think this is hinting very much towards not only a better looking version for the PC, but I think this is also our kick up for the next gens, PlayStation 5 and the Series X. Here's the proof. So Gary will occasionally post some cryptic things on his Twitter, but here's his studio, playing around with HDRP and how that can look. So HDRP is, to put it more like simplistic terms, because I'm sure people don't care about all the details on that, but it's basically souped up procedural, souped up shaders. Shaders make the resolution and make the texture maps all look more in depth, and it makes it look more real to life. Now, can the current gens handle HDRP? No, I'm like 90% sure that they can't. They're having a hard enough time having benchmarks where they need to be for the game as it stands right now, the one we're standing around in right now on PC. This does not have HDRP as far as I know. But here's why they're all interconnected. And we're going to make a big jump here. So this is the actual larger version. But you can see how much more... Actually, let me get up here so you can see this. I did try to set this to potentially what a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X would be based off the information we have. And I'm on the PC. Obviously, I wish I was on the console version right now. Are you kidding me? And then you can see this. Huge change, right? So here's why I think the HDRP and why it's taken so long. Well, A, they've got a lot of irons in the fire, but mostly because I think this is for the next gens. Now, follow along here. These branches are specifically for the console version, not really specifying which one. I think the shadow text may have something to do with that, as they're not released yet, and they are slated for November, the PS5 and the Xbox, I believe. Xbox Series X. I keep forgetting what they're calling it. But these could be lots of things. Whether we see all of the new changes in Rust in the beta remains to be seen, like the vehicles, the mixing table, that sort of thing. But they will be in the full release. Have no illusions. This full release game is going to be exactly what we're playing here. This is no mods. This is vanilla right now. So with that in mind, I know I'm kind of jumping around, but we're going to make hopefully a crescendo here. So either this shadow text are those things, like the cars and the mixing table, or it is the new stuff specifically for the Series X and for the PlayStation. And they wouldn't be able to show those things because these are very, very airtight right now, as they should be. Okay, so here's why. So, or they could be both, right? So these shadow text right here. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Right there. Okay. So either way, it's showing excellent progress. The fact that we're seeing this certification hold here, and we haven't seen anything bounce back, is excellent. So basically, what I'm saying is just keep checking. We'll let you know as soon as it happens, because believe me, we are just as excited as you are for this thing to come out. Okay, so to kind of go back to why I think... Okay, so again, with this being cross-play just between the consoles, did we already link that earlier? I don't think we did. So when this comes out for current gen, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, they will be cross-play just between those two. No PC. So I'll go ahead and link that video now in the upper right-hand corner. That's some research we did very early on to see if there would be crossplay, because we kind of saw some hints. We found things in the commit, and we've seen things elsewhere to really show, like with like 98% certainty, that this looks like it's going to be a thing, which is hot. So why do we say that? I think because these are both going to be monsters, the Series X and the PS5, I think you should probably just stick with whatever you're comfortable with. I think we'll all be clapping each other's cheeks on the beach with rocks, regardless whether you're on the current gen or the next. So I would just say stick with it. Now, another caveat, I know that the OG boxes and the original PlayStations are capped at 30 frames. That we did find on the commit list. Also, if you have not the Series X, I'm talking about current gens. If you have the Xbox naming is so confusing sometimes. The Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro will be capped at 60 frames. So good performance either way you cut it, considering the hardware and what they're able to pull off. So just keep that in mind. And the crossplay is going to be amazing. I can't wait. A little sip of the old tactical cylinder. Okay, so again, this is all going to kind of come to a head to say that this is still coming very, very soon. Hang on. Okay. So with these bad boys... Oh, wait, let me back up. Sorry. I've done a couple takes of this, and I don't know if this is any better. Okay, I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm going to have both of these eventually, just like I have the Xbox and I had a PlayStation 4. I always get both of them. Why wouldn't I? But I know out of the box, or at least Xbox is showing this first, and I'm not saying PlayStation won't have backwards compatibility. They will. But they specifically call out that they'll have backwards compatibility for the Xbox day one. I think they're going to have it day one. I think they just need to update it, or it'll be a couple weeks into it. Anyways, right here it says games play even better. This is why I think, or I know, the Xbox will have that compatibility out of the box, whether this is optimized or not. Here we go. Through the revolutionary new Xbox Velocity architecture, thousands of games on the Xbox One, including Xbox 360, which is like old school now, and the original Xbox games. What? I actually didn't catch that part. What? So like Halo? Question mark? Will experience improvements in performance, including improved boot and load times, more stable frame rates, higher resolutions, and improved quality on the Xbox Series X. What that means is there's like a built-in thing for the Xbox to boost games that aren't made to be optimized. Because think about it, if you go up to 4K and you're playing the original Halo, it's going to look like potatoes. Just an example, right? So it's cool that they've got this machine learning and this AI layer built into it to help games that won't ever get optimizations, but this game will. So that's why I'm saying the Series X out of the box will have that compatibility and like a boost to it even before they do an optimization pass for this game. Because remember, there's going to be the current gen release and then the next gen release for this. But I think they'll all cross and play together, which is awesome, right? So let's see here. Okay, so look over the PlayStation. Again, these are both monsters. They're super fast. I don't have a preference one way or another. We're going to be playing on both. What's really beautiful, though, is because I'll obviously get one first because they're expensive and have to wait to get another one and, you know, availability and all that. But the beautiful thing is I'll be playing together. So it won't matter at first. And I know these are going to be hard to get. They're going to be really expensive. So the fact that we can have it on current gen is amazing. And okay, so here's, and I really hope this makes sense. Here's why I'm saying the HDRP is for us or for the next gens, right? I think I got this out of order. Again, I've shot this so many times, I can't remember what I shot and what I didn't shoot. Okay, so this HDRP is still in works, but I think this is specifically for us. I think some of the shadow text here in the development chain is also some of that. I also believe it's some of the updates we have. Okay. We do know this is coming out for current gen, and here's why I think this is kind of tipping their hat to saying that the beta is coming sooner than later. Full release, okay, so beta has to happen first, then full release. Okay, I honestly believe that the current gen will get this before the new consoles. So if these happen roughly in November, right, and full release would happen, let's say, latest November, which we've been kind of saying, that beta's got to happen extremely soon, right? And again, if there was some sort of failure, we would see it on this list. That's if it's public for us still. Maybe they turned part of it private. That is possible. But either way, if this is happening in November, that game has got to be happening at the time of or a day after or a few days before these fully release. So, and that would be secondary, right? So if the full release is happening, they're going to happen on the current gen first, right? It makes the most sense. And again, this tracks with everything we've been saying. And again, I don't care one way or another, like if we're right. I just want this thing to come quick. Like I'm just rooting for this to happen soon, right? I mean, obviously I want it to be sooner than later, and it'd be cool if we could figure out the date. But until we know, this is what we're left with. You have to kind of, you know, put the clues together. And this is another reason why we say it's still on. This has not changed. Everything on the commit list is looking solid. You know, at the end of the day, we just want this thing to come out. I think you guys do too. Now, it's good. Basically, what we're saying is this is good news for the next gens. I think it'll have full support. There's lots of indicators to show that it does have that support. But because we're looking at this all in kind of a sequential fashion, I really think that November is our latest date for this, right? For full release, right? So if that's the case, then our beta is on the cusp, because we don't have very much time left now, do we? And again, when we find out official information both for the next generation consoles, PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, we will let you know. But more importantly, which I think we're all waiting for, we will let you know when we hear anything or see anything about the beta for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One X, or the Xbox One, I should say. That covers everybody. Man, those are confusing, right? So basically what we're saying is still soon, and it looks like we're going to have not only support, but fancy boy support or fancy gal support, depending on what you're all about. And yeah, so if you found this useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like on the video, as it does help out. And rest assured, when this does come to beta, not only will we let you know, we will be playing this on official, as we normally do, for the beta as long as we possibly can. Also, when this hits full release later on this year, whenever that happens, Gary, just do it soon. Whenever it happens, we're going to be making the switch from PC over to console, and it won't matter which one we're on because crossplay is a thing. So yeah, we're going to be making the switch. We've been waiting for it for a long time, but in the interim, we will be playing on PC on official and be streaming it, making videos and stuff, just trying to show you guys what the vanilla experience, the official experience, will be like for us on the beta and for the full release. So yeah, hopefully we see you in the next video / live stream, and love ya. We'll see you in the next one. Bye! Yeah! Man, I hope this take was better than the last one. We gotta crash something. It's tradition. Should we crash it into the pool? Say yes. Yes. Okay, sweet. I don't know, I think I'm too high. I think I'm too high. Am I gonna make it? Oh, none of the set! Oh, well, close enough. Okay, for real. Bye! It's legitness. Did I make that jump? I did. Pro.